in fact, I will be referring SAP content, SAP course structure, and after theory, and then we will do some customization configuration. We will do practice in system. That's good. Should I minimize it? I think. Can I minimize it on this one? This icon.
Okay.
Okay. So you are seeing the Go meeting right icon, Go meeting things that are said, or only the screen?
I'm only seeing your screen.
Okay. Okay. So
Word document.
Word document. So the whole thing will be course overview, master data and transaction data in SNP, some configuration, and then we'll discuss all the engines, heuristic, CTM optimizer, and then some safety stock planning, deployment, TLP. So these are the chapters we will be covering in the next few days. So today will be the course overview. So SNP is called as cross plant medium term rough cut planning. Okay. So one thing. Can you see the Excel file also?
Yeah.
Okay. See, why we call SNP is because we do planning for the whole network. So we do SNP stands for we do planning for supply in the network. Okay. So in usually in SAP PP, which is the basic module, it is a location specific planning. So how SNP is different from normal planning is because in production planning, which we have in ECC, we do planning at a location level. But here we do create a network and then we do planning in the whole network. Okay. So let's say, for example, I have a manufacturing plant, and which is producing some my finished material, and which is supplying into some DCs, okay, maybe DC1, DC2, and which in turn maybe let's say DC1 is supplying into some customer. Let's say customer, we have three customers, C1, C2, and C3, and let's say I'm not able to use the shapes. Yeah. So say this is a small network, let's say, in which we have a manufacturing plant which is supplying to two DCs, and one DC is supplying to customer C, and DC1 is supplying to customer C2. So in our traditional ECC, we do planning at each location. So at one point of time, either we can plan all materials or a single material for one plant, which could be DC1, or it could be DC2, or it could be a single manufacturing plant. But in supply network planning, we create a network, network which you see, and then we do planning for the whole network. So this is a global planning, okay, and it's also called as cross network planning, cross location planning. Okay, so that's a big advantage of SNP. So you are optimizing the whole network and not a single plant,
okay,
or a single location. So this is what is talking. This is a cross plant medium-term draft cut planning. Why it is called for draft medium-term? Because the horizon we use, it's not a big horizon. It is usually a smaller than a demand planning horizon. And also the granularity in which the planning is done is again smaller than my demand planning. In demand planning, we usually do planning for a long horizon. It is usually for 2 years or 3 years, and it is usually done at monthly buckets. But in SNP, it is in daily buckets, usually daily or weekly, or a combination of daily and weekly for 6 months or maybe for 7 months or something, which is uh, less than my demand planning horizon. Okay. And second is uh, in traditional ECC, okay, so the planning is usually in finite capacity planning. Okay. So in ECC we have MRP. When we do planning through MRP, uh, MRP considered all resources as infinite capacity resources. Okay. But here SNP, it is usually a finite capacity planning. So uh, let's say we have a single resource in which my finished metal is produced. So it considers the capacity of a resource, and accordingly it tells how much finished metal can be produced. And whereas in case of traditional ECC, it's an infinite capacity, so it does not consider the capacity of the resource.
Okay.
And third thing is simultaneously production and distribution planning. Okay. So let's say this is a small network. So this is a manufacturing plant. So it means this is a place where my production takes place. And this DC, this is a distribution center. So it means this location does not produce anything, but it takes the metal from manufacturing plant and supply it to some customer. So it does not produce anything. So
Okay.
so in traditional MRP or ECC, since MRP is a location specific planning, so either we can do at distribution, okay, we are planning in DC, or it could be manufacturing or production. Okay. So simultaneously there is no simultaneously production and distribution. Either it is a distribution or in a production. But in SAP, since we are planning in the whole network, okay, so it means so we can do simultaneously production planning as well as distribution planning. So this is what it's talking about. Okay. And second thing is that uh, in SNP we can prioritize our demand. So let's say we have demand from customers, we have demand from our forecast, or we have demand from something else. So in SNP we can prioritize our demands depending on some of the things, and then we can set up we can do planning in such a way that first my higher priority demand get fulfilled and then lower priority demands. And it has collaboration with the internet, so we can uh, we can we can collaborate our suppliers and customers, and we can use the inputs, and then we can do it.
Okay.
So this is the brief of, and we'll see what is its deployment maybe in the next.